Hello and welcome to Dots to Lines. My name is Aditi and I'm here to have some heartfelt conversations with you all. I've always believed that stories help us form connections and relationships. Whosever story it may be, we surely find something to relate to and learn from. It may be inspiring, heartwarming, and sometimes just about a different perspective. And here are some such stories to keep us all going. To kickstart, I'm going to be sharing a recent experience from my diary called Life. It's about patience, pain, and connections. The past month or so, has been quite a ride for me. It's as if I've been sitting on a merry-go-round and on a swing at the same time, and I just don't even know what that means. But yeah, feels like that. I've spent hours at the waiting centers of different hospitals, scan centers, the past few days, uh, different hospitals every day, every week. So, new faces, new looks. And as the name suggests, it's been quite a period of waiting. So I realized that that's been a predominant theme, maybe, in this last quarter of the year, where, you're waiting for, say, the doctor to arrive, you're waiting for your turn, you're waiting for your reports to come, you're waiting to collect the medicine, waiting to pay, waiting for some form of transportation, um, waiting to hear from somebody, waiting to just generally, I don't know, it's just been this theme of wait and a true test of patience. So, when somebody has a skill, and for me, I've always believed that patience has been quite a strong skill. It's been a true test of this patience. But yeah, so spending time at these waiting rooms gave me an opportunity to interact with strangers. I I saw different faces, different expressions, some hopeful, some relieved, some anguished, some breaking down, confusion, um, so many things, so many things. And at it's at these spaces that I realize even more the need for people to be heard, how much people crave for somebody to lend an ear and for them to just share their story. 2 minutes is all it takes. And I had hours. So, of course, I had the opportunity to listen to several stories. Yeah, and um, especially at the scan center, everybody's come for something to identify something unknown. I think this is what kindness is. This is what the power of a stranger is. I realized that one thing common in all of these waiting areas, in all of these rooms, was pain. And over here, nobody is competing with each other to realize or to show that my pain is greater than yours. There was no measurement for pain. Pain is pain. And I think that helps people relate with one another a little bit easier, in these spaces where you actually can say, I feel you. I might not have the same pain. My pain might be different, but I feel you. And this, I think, just makes it easier for people to be kind to one another, to share stories, to ask yours. One instance was when I had to just sit for hours before the scan, and This elderly couple fed me because they thought that I needed food before I walked into that room. Also, I think another natural human tendency that they feel you even more because they're like, oh, you've come all alone. There's nobody with you. Of course, that doesn't really matter to me. It's not so much about who's with you in all of this, but I think it just sort of makes people a little more compassionate in these spaces, at least. All of us, at some point or the other, everybody is fighting a battle. Everybody is going through something. We may not say it, we may not show it, but yeah, a lot of us are going through something of our own. And when you don't expect it, when you have no expectations because you, you accept it the way it is, then this kindness from a stranger stuns you, warms your heart, because like I said, everybody is looking for belongingness, and everybody is looking to share share the pain they feel, and this outlet sort of becomes incredible for them to be doing it. And yeah, it just gave me different perspectives on things, on what it is, and on how things are. People are battling different pains, I mean different illnesses at different stages, different injuries. I don't know, everybody has some. I mean, it's at these places you realize that everybody's has something or the other. Some are critical, um, some know that they're not going to make it. I mean, there's no surety of things. I who am I cannot really assure anybody that we're going to sail through and reach the other side. No, we don't know really. But I think these moments, these instances, this kindness, making somebody smile, just makes the sail a little smoother, like a little easier maybe. And I guess that's why it's easier to open up to a stranger, because you know that probably you're never going to meet them again. You would have shared your story, and that's it. You feel related to, you feel like you belong, like just a sense, deep within each one of us. And just brings me back to emphasizing on, please be kind to somebody today. You don't know what your smile or your word can do for somebody, that it might just make their day, make their life, I don't know, just so many things. And this is all that we have, the moments. And yeah, be grateful for all that you have. Gratitude goes a long way. Being grateful for having these people in your life. This year I've spoken a lot about being grateful for even your breath, where I've noticed that people take it for granted, not realizing that there are a few of us who can't really breathe normally and sometimes need external support. And I've been very appreciative of it, and I've spoken about it to my friends, family. And now, where I see from, I'm also appreciative of, you know, just just the body being able to sit down. And it's so true that, when you realize the value of something when it's sort of taken away from you. And so, yeah, I've become more appreciative and more mindful of these small things, to be able to walk, to be able to sit down. And it just adds more quality into my being, into my moments. And so, yes, so this incident, these waiting areas just took me back to 2006. And then it reminded me that for 13 years, I've done well. For 13 years, I've not had a major injury. But yeah, it took me back to 2006 when I couldn't even walk. when I had to wear a brace on the leg, and every day from the gate, um, main gate of the college, I would walk to the building limping, and it would take me longer, of course. And one day, I see that there's this guy next to me who's limping with me, smiling and limping. He didn't have a reason to limp, except that he thought I could do with some company. And so he limped with me. And that's just how we became friends. 13 years. I think we haven't met in 2 years, but that doesn't really matter. And Surya and I, yeah, we go a long way now. So back then, you know, I, I've always wondered why did he didn't have to? Why did he? Wouldn't it hurt him more to pretend? I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, hope, an act of a stranger, kindness. People ask me why I smile so much or why, I laugh all the time. Now, how can I be cheerful? As a child, I thought it's a way of hiding your pain. But then as I grew up and my recent experiences have taught me that it's a choice I make. It's a very conscious choice I make not to hide pain. I feel pain. I there are times when I want to cry. There are times when I cry my heart out. That's healing. But then I make a conscious choice of smiling because smiles are contagious. And every day when I can make this choice of smiling, I think that becomes my strength. That I embrace my emotions, I'm vulnerable, I take them for what they are, and then I manage to find a way to smile through them. That gives me strength, that gives me the courage. And courage doesn't mean that I don't have fears, of course I do, but it's just about facing them with a smile. I'm asked that every time I'm asked, every time somebody says they'll take a picture, I'm always smiling, showing my teeth, or I'm making these funny faces, and why can't I just smile? And I say, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, smiling. And they say, no, you don't have to show your teeth. But I can't smile shutting my mouth. And I just don't know how to do it. So I'm not going to do it. This is who I am. This is how I'm going to smile. No matter what you learn, that every time you break, yeah, you scatter. Yes, your pieces fall. Sometimes the world seems to come to an end. Who likes rejections or who likes failures? But then that's what helps you become stronger. That's what makes you tough, but not just on the exterior, like makes you like a phoenix rising from these ashes. And so that's why I have no regret because I've I know that I've put my heart and soul into something, and just the success or failure or the validation then doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't. And so I'm going to smile, I'm going to laugh irrespective of whatever is happening. And at these waiting rooms, I realize it even more, the power of a smile. To smile at a stranger, that's such a reassurance. To just tell them that I feel you, you're not alone. I think in all of these places, everybody craves for this need of not being alone. So, yeah, you're not alone. And so today, I just like to say that please, if you can light a candle just for anybody, for somebody in your life, for people generally in this world who are going through something, who are battling something, who could do with some light, some hope, some faith, sense of belongingness. And just send out a prayer because I think there are days where we could all do with some extra prayers, extra blessings, extra hands to pick ourselves. Of course, doing it on your own is the truest victory. Some days we can all do with some extra hands of picking up. And I'd just like to say thank you to all those wonderful people in my life. Thank you for your support, your blessings, your prayers. Uh, support doesn't always need to be direct, doesn't always need to be you witnessing what's going on or you constantly being there in communication. Support at times is in spirit, and I think I have a lot of such connections in my life where you all have supported me in spirit, and so thank you. Hope you had something to take away from today's episode. Until the next time, take care and bye bye.